Here it is, the Denon DJ Prime Go. So this one caught me off guard, I'm not going to lie. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into what this is, you know, why it's got certain features. Are you going to learn about the engine OS that's inside it, how to access all of the performance features. It's a pretty in-depth tutorial you're going to get here. So if you've just bought the product and want to learn more, then you'll learn how to use it pretty well in this video. If you're wondering whether this is the right product for you, then stick around till the end where I share my thoughts on it and obviously the price. And yeah, I think let's get stuck in. So please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff to help us keep making more videos like this. And let's dive in. So here it is, the Denon DJ Prime Go, a compact, all-in-one 2-channel solution. There's lots to talk about here, so we're going to dive into all of its features. But first, let me just explain its size. So if you are familiar with a 15-inch MacBook Pro, it's basically ever so slightly bigger than that. So why is that good? I mean, it means you can fit it in pretty much any DJ backpack, because if you've got your laptop in there, you're more than likely going to be able to slot this in and take it with you wherever you go. The unit's got a 7-inch multi-touch display, just like the Prime 2. It's got the engine OS built in there, just like the rest of the Denon DJ Prime range. So you're gonna get that continued update, support, all of those features will come to this product as well at this lower price point. So straight away, you're getting the power of Denon DJ and engine OS, but here in a nice, compact, travel size unit. As you can see as well, this is also battery powered. So look right here, the power cable's not even plugged in. And it's working. Amazing. We can mix on this, and on a full charge, it will last a good 4 hours. So that's a decent length DJ set. It's worth noting that when we're talking about the battery, you can see the percentage of the battery on the screen just here. If it starts to get low, that will change to yellow and eventually red, trying to warn you that, hey, we need some power plugged into this thing now. It's also worth noting as well that if I just plug the power cable in, you'll see on the top that a green icon appears. Now, when that green icon disappears, it means the battery is fully charged. So you've got another indicator there just to let you know where you're at with the battery state of this unit. So let's just talk about some of those basic features you find on nearly all DJ products. We've got the jog wheels here. These are 3-inch touch capacitive jog wheels. They've got quite a low profile, and they've also got a vinyl mode that you can turn on and off. There's nice big tactile cue and play buttons. We've also got a pitch tempo adjust. Now this is smaller than obviously the bigger products like the Prime 2 and the Prime 4, but it does the job well. You can control the tempo, change the pitch range using the pitch bend buttons and holding shift. You can still reach those higher BPM values or lower BPM values. It's got the time stretching ability in there, so if you are on say like plus or minus 100% like I am now, you can stretch the track right down and it still sounds great. The dynamics still sound great, so you can, if you're a wedding DJ playing lots of different styles of music to a wide range of people, then you can do those fancy transitions, stretching the track down and picking the pace back up again, making it still sound clean. We've also got a nice full-size up faders and crossfader here. The EQs, now this was a bit of, when I first saw the images of this was the first thing that stood out to me with the EQs. We're in a horizontal position further up on the unit here. And it was the one thing that kind of took me back about the unit. But I will say that after playing on it, all of that just went out the window. I didn't even think about it anymore because, we are so used to having vertical EQs that from first look, you might think, well, why are they horizontal? Why are they in a different place? But once you start mixing, it really doesn't matter. And you stop thinking about that anyway. It's just perceptions from when you look at it. We've got a level control, low, mid, and high all here for each channel. Each channel also has 2 sweep effects. So we've got 1 and 2. Now, number 1 is a filter. Really nice, really clean, sounds great. Number 2 is a washout effect. So if we go to the high, it kind of echoes and then eventually echoes out. So it's a really nice, quick effect to just get out of a mix and transfer to another genre, another song. We go low and we get the lower frequencies, but it still washes it out. In the center, we've got a big browse pot here to scroll up and down your library, and we can load left and right or go back to different playlists, forward into a playlist and scroll up and down, for example. You obviously have the hardware buttons and functions here, but it is a touchscreen. It's a multi-gesture touchscreen. So, you know, you can just swipe like you would on an iPad, scroll up and down. It's really intuitive. If you're looking at the waveforms, you can stretch the waveforms with pinching with your fingers, which is really nice. If you're a DJ that likes to have waveforms in horizontal view, simple, we hold shift, press view, and now we've got them in horizontal view. So they're stacked on top of each other. We can scroll in and out here. You've got the overview waveforms, nice and clear to scroll through the song. You can see at the bottom underneath the waveforms where the effects come into play. So we can see the parameters of the effects here. If we're in the other view, they will show up just below the overview waveforms there. Now let me just quickly show you how these effects work. Up on the top left of the unit, we have two assigns, 1 and 2. You can have both on at the same time. It will affect both tracks. Let's just use it on channel 1 for now. The first pot here, FX Select, as we start scrolling it, you'll notice that a drop down appears and we can scroll through 13 different effects to choose from. To select one, just click that pot in. And then the next one along, we've got the time. So the beats and the feedback on this effect, for example. Now clicking this pot will toggle between those two different parameters. So I could set up half a beat here. I could put the feedback up quite a bit. Let's play the song. And then to turn the effect on, just press the on button underneath and bring the wet and dry up. And you hear the effect starting to take place. Now, obviously, they work post fader too. You could toggle it straight onto both channels. You could turn them off via the assigns if you wanted just a quick activation. And that's basically how the effects work. They sound great, they work really well, and it allows you to get creative in your DJ sets. While we're talking about performance features, we have 3 different performance modes here with 4 rubber pads underneath. So the first mode we have is hot cue mode. This allows you to set up to actually 8 different hot cues, and that's where this bank button comes in. Hot cues are great for allowing you to jump around the song. They're really tactile, they feel great. When I first saw the unit, I thought maybe one of the things that's going to hold it back is that as I'm playing on the hot cues, my palm was going to hit the jog wheel, but it doesn't. And you've always got vinyl mode to turn on and off if you find that it's nudging that there, but they feel great, they respond great. To access the second set of 4, we can press the bank button. When it's flashing, you'll then have an extra 4 hot cues to access. Same with loop. We hit the loop button, we can store a saved loop or reactivate a saved loop. So let me just store one in. And there we have a loop. If I press bank, it goes to the other side and I can set up loops in there and store them. And obviously all this can be done on the Engine Prime software as well. So anything you prepare and export to a USB drive will show up straight away in your performance mode. If we press loop again, it will access the auto beat loop. So these are predetermined length loops. We've got an 1/8, quarter, half, 1 beat. If we press bank, we can then go up to larger values. Loops can also be accessed via the loop encoder here. We can click it in to activate a loop. We can make it smaller by turning the encoder, and that will show up on the screen. We've got half a beat at the moment, 1 beat. It goes right down to a 30-second of a beat. Something else worth noting, that if we set a loop, say 4 beats, I can hold shift, turn the loop encoder, and it will jump that loop forward by 4 beats or backwards by 4 beats if I want to preview different sections of the track or loop different sections of the track. Click it again to undo. While we're talking about the loop encoder, when there isn't a loop active, if you hold shift and turn it left and right, it will actually beat jump forwards and backwards at whatever parameter you've got set on your loop. So at the moment we had it on 4 beats, so if I hold shift and toggle it, it will beat jump forwards and backwards 4 beats at a time. Next we have roll. Here you can make quick rolls on the track for fun build-ups. There's all the different parameters down from a quarter of a beat to some triplet parameters. And you'll notice that the waveform keeps playing on the screen, so you know where you're going to jump back into in the mix. Press bank again and we can access the larger values. There we go. As always, we get the sync functions here and here to sync your tracks together. There is key sync, so if you have two tracks loaded that maybe don't mix in key, we can force a track to jump to its closest match. For example, if this track's playing, this one's on 11A, this one's on 8A. They can be changed to classical notation as well, but if we hold the sync button, it will try key sync the opposite side, and you'll see it's gone up by down by -3 semitones, so now it will sound lower in pitch. You can also key shift right here on the touch screen, so if I want to take this up or down from its -3 semitones, I can just tap on the key, and you'll notice on the screen we can go up and down now down by 12 semitones and up by 12 semitones. So this again is the technology in the engine OS that's inside the Denon products. It allows you to do things like advanced key shifting and key syncing. Now let's take a closer look at this multi-gesture touch display. We're going to dive into the library management options. So if we just tap library on the screen, you'll see that we've got the option to have crates here. We've got playlists, we've got a prepare folder, and we've also just got the device itself. So if you've got a friend coming over that doesn't have the Engine Prime software, you just drag some tracks onto a USB, he can stick his USB or SD card in, and you can just analyze the files right here in the unit itself. It'll do it all for you and you can access it within there. Not only that, you can then create your own playlists on the fly on the unit. So if we're in a playlist here, for example, and I want to categorize some of this music into a specific set, just tap this icon, create a playlist, let's name it, and then create. Now you'll notice I can toggle some of these tracks by ticking them, and then just simply drag and drop into that new playlist. This is really cool, and it shows just how powerful the Engine OS inside here. We can drag and drop things, we can pinch to zoom, and that's all done on this nice 7-inch display. Inside this screen as well, you'll notice at the top we have the USB device, but if I tap this icon, I can toggle over to my streaming service of choice. So at the moment, Tidal's supported. You'll see the Tidal logo pops up, and we can navigate through their own playlist, things that are featured on the Tidal service. It'll give you, suggestions really of what you want to play in certain genres, just simply by going in there and accessing, let's say, for example, we want to go in electronic and go into playlists, Best of Electronic 2019, and suddenly I've got loads of the latest tunes in this genre. So this is really going to help you play to a wide range of audiences. If you're getting requests for certain songs, you can just type it in using the search bar here. You can type the song in, load it straight away. Now Tidal supported at the moment. Coming soon is SoundCloud, Beatport Link, and BeatSource. It's really exciting, the future of streaming in the DJ world. I think there's a massive place for it, especially for a product like this that you can take literally anywhere. You can access an abundance of music, millions of songs through those streaming services, and it really means that you can be the ultimate mobile DJ, to be honest, battery powered, and you can access a world of music. Something else to be aware of is if we swipe down from the top of the screen, you'll see a few options pop up. So we can change things like the contour of the crossfader from this screen. We can enable the effects, we can change the stop time of the play pause. There's a shortcut to record your set, so you can record it directly to the USB drive that you've got plugged in. You can just hit that there. There's continue, so if you want to maybe just leave a playlist running while you go and have a drink at a wedding or something and just socialize, you can just hit continue and it'll play through a playlist. And there's the quantize toggle there as well to quantize when you're performing with hot cues or if you're doing looping, for example. Lastly, the physical features up at the top here on the top right, we've got two mic controls, the level controls with the on and off switches, plus a shift function for talk over feature on mic 1. Next to it, we have the booth output and also the master output. Now, inside the unit, we have an abundance of preferences and utilities, and to access that, we can just hold the view button to access the menu. You'll see that we can also find the record setting there, change the source. So if one of you has a SD plugged in and the other one has a USB plugged in, you can toggle back and forth between those two sources. And then just like all the other Denon players, you can really customize this to your own liking with all of these preferences that we have available. Things like how you want the pitch control type to be, whether it's pitch bend or range, what you want the sync button action to do, things like the quantization values of the cue and loop. You can go from 1/8 of a beat up to 4 beats. You can change how the hot cues respond, so you can either have them trigger. If we're in hot cue mode, it will play the button, play the track. If we cue it and put it in momentary, we'll have to hold it. So even things like that, you can really personalize this equipment and all the other Denon players to your mixing style and your preference. Then, once you're happy with all the preferences, you can save it to your drive to load on another player, and it will adapt that player to your preference. Moving over to the utility, this is where we access things like the Wi-Fi settings. You can change, because this is battery powered, how the screen responds, whether it's plugged in or unplugged. You know, little details like that are really important. You want to know that when it is unplugged, you're getting the most battery life possible. So you can change things like that. You can say that you want the screen to be, you know, lower in brightness when it's unplugged using battery, and on the max when it's obviously plugged in. You've got things like mixer settings, microphone settings. There is an abundance of settings in here. Things like EQ type. You can have isolated EQ or normal EQ. And all that stuff is all built into the Engine OS system. So this goes across all the Denon DJ Prime range, and it means that no matter what piece of Denon DJ equipment you jump on, you can really sort of adapt it to your setup and your liking. So here we have the back of the Denon DJ Prime Go. As you can see, it's got professional grade inputs and outputs. We've got the balanced XLR master out, we've got the unbalanced RCA master out, we've got the booth output there. We've got an aux input, RCA input, which can be controlled, the level on the front of the unit. Mic 1 and 2, both Combi TRS ports, and then we've got the USB media slot there. We've got a USB-B slot and the link port for stage link, lighting and video controls. On the front of the unit, we have the 1/4 and 1/8 inch headphone output. We've got the Q mix and the level for the headphones here down on the front, and also the aux level control where you could plug in at the back. The SD card slot to load media in as well, or record to a separate SD card if you please. There you have it, the Denon DJ Prime Go. Now this unit comes in at $999, so you know, you're sub $1,000 there for something that is really powerful. You've got the full Engine OS inside a battery powered portable DJ unit. Now I'm saying that like that because when I first saw this unit, it just took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting something like this to come to market. And it's one of these products that I think it's just gonna fit into the innovation of Denon DJ, because did we know that we needed a product like this? Maybe not, but I can imagine a lot of people are watching this video, probably a lot of mobile DJs and event DJs out there thinking, this could come in really useful for that situation or this situation. You know, there might even be artists out there that are touring artists that want something that they can get out on a train, get out on a plane, get out anywhere they go and prepare their music before hitting the big stage. But not only that, you know, you could be a bedroom DJ that is just getting into DJing, and this could be a great investment for your first DJ product, because you've got that supported Engine OS, the operating system in there that will be updated and developed, and you know, you're buying the product now, but there's going to be updates coming as you own the product that will change it and give you more right from the start. So, you know, you could look at it as a great investment as a beginner DJ as well. So there's loads of things to think about here, and there's loads of markets and types of DJs that this really could appeal to. For me, you know, in all honesty, I was so unsure about it when I got the press release through. But last night, all of us here in Fort Lauderdale were all having a play on it. We were literally passing it between us. It wasn't plugged in, it was running off battery power. We were outside and we had the most fun on it. You know, that's what it comes back to. We could all go back to back, have loads of fun. We were using the streaming service that was plugged in, so we truly were kind of, you know, wireless with this thing, and yeah, it provided a lot of fun. I've probably only had about an hour and a half on it here in the studio. I'm really excited to, you know, get one back at home and do some more testing on it and check out all the future updates of it. But straight away, just like the other Denon products, because I'm now familiar with Engine OS and how, you know, it feels and responds, even in an hour and a half, you can feel right at home. It feels really natural to jump on and play with. More than anything though, I really want to know what you guys think at home. You know, this is a different product. It's a new product for the DJ industry, I feel. And I'd love to know in the comments below what you really think. Is there anything that maybe puts you off it? Anything that makes you attracted to it? Let us know in the comments the most crazy place you could imagine using this product. You know, is it going to be on top of a mountain? Is it going to be, you know, literally on a beach with people partying on the beach? There's so many opportunities there for DJs to have fun with it. As always, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff to help us keep making more videos and reviews just like this one. And I'll see you in another review very soon.